In this quick training, I will show you the easiest automation you can build inside HighLevel. Yes, this is the most simple system that can help you capture your leads, delivers your lead magnet, and starts nurturing them automatically inside of HighLevel. Definitely no coding required, no fancy setup, just drag, drop, and done. So before we dive into the setup, the very main goal is when someone clicks the link into your Instagram bio or maybe from your Facebook bio, they fill out a form, like a short form. They get your lead automatic, like lead magnet instantly. Lead magnet could be any freebies that you want to give out to your customers. And automatically, they get a follow-up email from you inside of the system. So you just build it once and it runs forever. That's, I think, the beauty of automation. So again, from Instagram bio, they click a link that routes them to a form, sends them to a workflow, and then they receive email sequences. So how do we do that inside of HighLevel? So please remember, we are building 2 or 3 systems. One is to capture the leads using form. We will build our nurture system, which is the workflow, and our email sequences so that the system automatically follows up on our lead. So to start, let's go to sites to basically build our form. So to do this, let's go ahead and click on forms and then click on the form builder. Then from here, we can actually go ahead and click on add form, start from scratch, or actually start from the template or start from templates. Please take note that our goal is to just keep it simple. The goal is not design perfection. It's basically just to collect your leads. So to do this, I just created a form from scratch. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna add basic fields like maybe first and last name, email, and maybe one question like what services is your client most interested in. So let's do this. We can name this form and call this our lead capture form. And then here, I'm just gonna go ahead and drag and drop. Like I said, drag and drop and done. Just drag and drop the elements you want in your form. So if I wanna collect just a full name instead of first name and last name, I can remove some of these elements and I can replace it with what I want. So over here to the left are all the different elements that you can actually add, and these are what we call the standard fields. If there's anything that you want to add that's customized, you can go to the add object fields and you can add your own custom fields. Now I have full name, phone, email. These are all the basic information that I want. And like what I said earlier, maybe we can add a field like just maybe collecting what services they're interested in. What services are you interested in? So you can choose between different fields like single line for a single line text. If you want something longer, like longer answer, you can do multi-line text field. So let's go ahead and click on save. Now we have that custom field available inside of our system. So let's just go ahead and look for it and drag and drop that inside of the form. Now the last thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna have to add our submit button. So we already have that, and we do have an option to customize this over to the right hand side of our form builder. Please take note that the submit button is under these options, and you do have the ability to basically route them in in all different ways. So meaning to say, when somebody submits, what do you want to happen? So to be able to modify that, we're gonna go ahead and click on the setting inside of the form builder, and then from here we get to decide whether we want them to be routed to a message, if we want them to be routed into an open URL. So normally, if your goal is to be able to route them into your lead magnet, so let's say you have created your funnel where they can download a specific Google document you want to give away, we call this freebie. Then you can just go ahead and select open URL, and you can grab that, let's say whichever document you want to share to them by just by them completing a form, or by them completing or submitting their information, what do they get out of it. So you can grab any resources that you have, and then you can just grab that link, paste it here in the open URL, and what this does is when they basically fill out the form, it automatically routes them to that page. Let me just make sure I have the correct spelling for the form. So to save, or just don't forget to save this, and once you're done, you can click on integrate, and then from here you are now ready to share this form link inside of your Facebook or Instagram bio page. So when people clicks on this link, they're automatically routed to your lead capture form or form that allows them to fill out their information like this. And what happens next is they basically are going to be routed to your Google document. So let's see. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and click on test, click on submit. Okay, I have an invalid number here. There you go. Click on submit. Just want to show you what will happen as soon as I downloaded or as soon as I completed the form. So that gives them their freebie, which is basically the very first goal of our automation. So now they're able to download or see the document you want to share to them, right? So now we are able to build our lead capture form. So what's next? We're now ready to build our nurture sequence, meaning we're now ready to build the magic, build our very first automation. So to do this, we're gonna move right away to the automation tab. So just on the left hand panel, please click on automation. We're gonna head to automation, and just like forms, we just have to click on create a workflow. Please take note that HighLevel allows you to build using AI, but for the purpose of this training, I want to show you, or I want to show it to you, like I want to show you how to do this from scratch, right? So we're just going to go ahead and create the workflow, start from scratch, and we're now going to be able to choose what will be our trigger. So please take note that the trigger is going to be the exact action that will automate the next step. So meaning to say, if somebody submitted the form, what is it that you want to happen? And in our goal statement earlier, what we want to do is when they fill out a form, they get our lead magnet, and at the same time, we want them to enter our CRM. And once they enter the CRM later on, we want to be able to send them thank you email. We want to send them follow-up emails to make sure that we're constantly following up with our customers. So let's go ahead and do that right now. So just like the form builder, you have the ability to name your workflow. So let's just call this our lead magnet workflow. You can name this however you want. And here you can go ahead and click on add new triggers. So please notice that here you do have the ability to just type in exactly what you're building. Like it easily helps you. This is like your Ask AI that allows you to build your workflow just by telling it exactly what you're trying to build. So for example, if you want to click on form automation, it will give you that exact prompt of how that can be automated, or how AI is going to help you build that automation or workflow inside of HighLevel. But like I said, we don't want to do that. I'm just going to go ahead and do this because we are targeting to be an automation specialist, so might as well build it manually. So to do it, let's click on add new trigger, and we just have to look for a trigger specifically on what we're trying to achieve, and that's when somebody submitted the form. So someone submitted the form. Which form are you referring to? Because if you ended up not identifying which form, then this automation is going to be applicable to all the forms that are inside of HighLevel or your CRM. So you have to make sure that if you're only looking to make this automation work for a specific form, because this is a lead magnet form, then make sure to select in the advanced filter which form you are referring to. So in our case, we're selecting the ones that we just recently created, which is a lead capture form, and I'm gonna go ahead and click on save. So now we do have our trigger that tells the system that, hey, when someone submitted the form, what do I want to happen next? So right now, I'm building at least 3 actions. Number 1 is telling them thank you, or acknowledging the thank you for downloading my freebie or my document. Here's the link just in case you've missed it, because sometimes people might have missed it right after submitting a form. So I want to be able to just, build a relationship with this lead, right, or with this customer. So to do that, in the plus icon that you can see in the workflow builder, you can just simply click on that, and we have tons of different actions you can automate inside of HighLevel. But just to make it simple, we just want to automate how we are going to be sending, or how we're going to be nurturing this lead, and that's through different email sequences. So to do this, we can establish the action name, which is to send confirmation email, like after downloading or after filling out the form. We can also identify, where this email is going to come from, our from name, from email, and then of course we're going to have a subject line. So let's just say, thanks for downloading my form. You can please be creative in your subject line. I'm just trying to do this for the sake of being able to show you how this is going to be done. So you can also set up a preview tab in here, and we can go ahead and type in the message we want to be in the subject line. So guys, please take note, we have from a smart builder, meaning you can actually just go ahead and grab it directly from our email campaign builder, meaning templates, or you can just quickly compose. So meaning here is the text box where you can just type the actual messages that you want to send for or to your customers. So let's do this. I'm just gonna go ahead and type in hi. And what's nice about HighLevel is you can grab all these smart contact fields to make sure that it's specific to the customer name that you're, or customer's information that you are talking to. So for example, hi first name. So in the system, if it says hi Julie as the first name that they have submitted, then it's gonna grab that data from the contact section. So I'm gonna say hi Julie. I'm gonna go ahead and just say thanks for downloading my form. In case, here's the link just in case. I just want to be able to share with them again, the link of my freebie. Okay, so you can do it however you guys want. I'm just trying to do this so that I can acknowledge that I got their information, and I'm acknowledging it, and I'm also resending the documents to them via email. So you do have an ability to track the links. Whoever click on this link, you can also enable UTM parameters for this, and you can now even automatically add like tags to the contacts depending on how they basically interact with your campaign. But again, to make this very simple, I'll just save this action, and then the next thing that I want to do is I want to be able to label them. I want to be able to label it by adding a tag, so that in my contacts later on, if I want to find everybody that downloaded this lead magnet, so I'm just gonna call it lead magnet, maybe updated module. You can name it like for that specific lead magnet that they have downloaded from you, or that they were able to obtain from you, so that it's easy for you to just categorize or see them in your system. And at the same time, maybe I want to make sure that this person also appears inside of my opportunities. So this is going to be like a totally separate discussion, but what this allows the system to do is that whenever somebody fills out that form earlier, is that it also creates an opportunity inside of HighLevel, which I'm going to show you in a little bit. But here you just have to select which pipeline. You can select what opportunity name you want to show up, so it's going to be the customer's name, and you can also decide which stage. So let's just say I want them to show up in the new lead stage. When somebody fills out a form, I want them to show up in that specific stage inside of my CRM. So you have additional fields you can actually add here. You have tons of other fields like opportunity source, what's the status, whether that's open, so meaning it's a new lead, so it's pretty much an open lead, or it's something that it's a lead that you're still working on, so we kind of want to call it as an open lead for now because they're new leads. So yeah, this is a very simple workflow that basically allows you to automate the process of when someone grab your link, downloaded your freebie, they get an automated email. And at the same time, later on, what you can do is you can also add like wait action. So in case you're wondering, how am I getting emails from all these businesses every single day or every single week? That's because we can automate that. So meaning after a day of downloading, if you want to send them another email, you can also do that inside of the same workflow. So meaning, hey, how do you find the resources I shared with you? So now you're building your actual follow-up campaign. So meaning, you are not just acknowledging that they filled it out, but you are nurturing them now to be your actual customers, because you were able to capture their information. They're now inside of your system. Now you're gonna nurture them into an actual paying customer, so you can actually close that specific customer as a paying lead or paying customer to your business. But anyway, this is what you can do. You can add multiple different ways follow up. So you can do another follow up in 7 days. So you can add another step here, or add another action to add a wait step to follow up in 7 days, in a month, in a year. You can absolutely do whatever you want inside of this workflow. So for now, to activate this, I'm gonna go ahead and click on save. So what happens here is, let me just go back to workflows. Okay, our goal is that when somebody fills out that lead capture form, they grab your freebie. So let me just grab that link again. So this is exactly, I'm gonna go back to forms. Let me just make sure I have that link. Okay, so I can show you if the automation we built actually did work. So let me look for capture. Okay, so this is the form. I'm just gonna go ahead and grab the link. Again, this is the exact link you can share in your Facebook profile, so that somebody can, just click on the link. Okay, let's just open the form. Yeah, if you're getting this error, just don't forget to resave your form and then grab the link again, because it looks like it's not generating the form link because it's still in draft mode. Okay, so now let's go back. Okay, and as I was saying earlier, my goal is to just have them also show up in the opportunity section. So when somebody fills out a form, as a business owner, I am informed if I have a new customer just by looking at my opportunities section or my pipeline. So let's fill out a form. Let's do Julie Ang. I don't know who that is, but let's just fill out this form. Okay, and I'll do, just a test email. And then let's say marketing services. Okay, let me just refresh this just to make sure, guys, that I'm able to see that inside of the pipeline or inside of the opportunities. And of course, we also automated it to make sure that this customer is going to be labeled inside of the contact, so I would know easily later on who are the ones who have downloaded my resources. Okay, so let us fill out the form. I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now. And now I'm routed to that resources, just like how we want it to be. We didn't set it up to be a thank you page, but rather we want them to be routed to the actual, like document you want to share with your audience. And then here, let's just check if the system did send them an email. Okay, so yeah, sometimes this happens. All right, so as we can see, the person who filled out the form is now inside of her opportunity. So as a business owner, it's easier for me to tell if I have a new customer. And just like what we built in automation, when somebody fill out a form, they go inside of our contacts. So now Julie is there, and you can see that they're automatically labeled as lead magnet updated module. So meaning to say, when I am inside of the contacts and I want to be able to just do a little filter of who downloaded my actual resources for that specific lead magnet, then I can just simply filter it by tag using that, and everybody who ever filled out a form is labeled the same way, so it's easier for you to find them inside of your CRM. And more than that, earlier, we also set up a confirmation email that if somebody fills out a form, they automatically receive an email from us. So what HighLevel does for you is that it automates that process. So this person is also going to receive an email coming from the system. We did not set up an email domain for this yet, so you're not going to see the email, but absolutely you are going to see that entire conversation inside of the contact tab. And here you're going to see all of the information of the lead. So it's just all in one system. You get to use SMS, WhatsApp, email, however you want to communicate with this customer going forward. So yeah, that's it. Like, that's pretty much your first automation inside of HighLevel. So imagine you just didn't learn a tool, you built your first system that can grow your business while you sleep. So if you want to go deeper, like building the full client acquisition system we use in my agency, that's exactly what we're gonna do inside of my 100,000 automation workshop. So join the waitlist, grab your free automation guide, and start automating like an actual HighLevel architect. So because once you build one, or when you build one, you'll never go back to doing everything manually again. So I hope to see you guys inside. See ya.